Welcome to this presentation in which we are inviting you to take a travel trip with us up to the mountains of Selake, the highest mountains of Honduras, to a very special place called Belén Gualcho. Belén Gualcho is like a small Shangri-La, an area that's been very isolated for many, many years, an area that was only recently opened up 25, 30 years ago for people to have a road into that place. And the neat thing is that the people that live there are a group of Indians. They're Lenca, Chortí Indians, very special people who work very, very hard. An area that's sort of special because you go up there and you feel you're very close to heaven because it's so high. I mean, and this area, in this high mountainous areas where these farmers have made a living cultivating one crop per year of corn and one crop of beans per year. That's all they knew how to do. We invite you to see what has happened in this area. What has happened over a period of 8 or 10 years of making some dramatic changes in this whole area. Proyecto Aldea Global, which is the agency that has worked strongly in developing this area together with the support of the Jack and Marie Eyting Foundation and other foundations as well. Been very committed to this project, who have put a lot of resources into this project and who has made the difference because we could count on them to provide the economic base to make all of this happen. A place that's so special that finally, after a long period of time, the older farmers who were very cautious and didn't want to get into this, all of a sudden are getting into it. But especially important are the young people who are getting involved, people from 15, 25, 35, even to 40 years of age, younger people. These people are getting excited about what can be done in that area. We just want to thank you for being with us during this presentation and hoping that you enjoy it.
This is the town of Belén Gualcho, located in the highlands of the Selake Mountains. Its main economic activity is agriculture. In Belén, the indigenous communities prosper thanks to the land and its nutrients. The inhabitants have dams to collect water pumped onto their land plots by an ingenious method using solar energy. Today, the crops are growing according to a planting plan. The harvests are being distributed to the main supermarkets throughout Honduras. The inhabitants' expectations have changed. Their interest is to improve their family's quality of life. The houses have potable water and electricity, and the children have an opportunity to study. This is only part of a story of hard work effort to forge a better future. Jack and Mary Eyting Foundation. Project Global Village. Aprocel presents Winds of Change, Belén, a place to live. Belén Gualcho is located in the country of Ocotepeque, bordering Guatemala. It was founded in the late 1500s by the Spanish crown, with the Trinity Church living on to tell its story. Mostly Catholic-born, the inhabitants belong to the Chortí Lenca ethnicity and have lived an ancestral culture where the staple foods have been corn and beans. Their national legacy is the Selake Mountain, which is divided into two sub-regions, the lowlands and the highlands, on which you can see rows of vegetable plots for miles. Before 1990, there were no roads, no water reserves, farming organizations, or job sources for the inhabitants to comply with the responsibility of taking care of their families in Belén. The agriculture was limited due to the lack of agricultural policies, and the opportunities of loans to use for agricultural purposes were impossible. The lack of self-esteem and the feeling of hopelessness made it impossible for the people to see the fertility of the land, the natural resource of water, and the opportunities for their children to overcome.
Belén era un lugar de escasa pobreza. Se jalaba aún hasta la leña en el lomo. No había acceso a nada. ¿A dónde se iba a ver un carro entrar a estas propiedades? Pero ni inventarlo, porque no había las condiciones de facilidades. No había una institución que pudiera hacer eso. No. Antes se vivía del maíz, del frijolito, y no ajustaba para el gasto, pues. Y mientras que ahora es bien distinto. Ahora hay un gran desarrollo. Vi que en ese tiempo solo se trabajaba que ni ajustaba para el día. No, en ese tiempo era bien escaso todo. Ahora Dios gracias, no, porque hay a través de las personas con sabiduría, hay un gran desarrollo. ¿Ves? Dios les ha dado esa sabiduría a las personas y estamos donde estamos. ¿Ves? Ahora descubrimos que estas tierras, ¿ves?, fluyen miel y pan. Mire. Aquí está. ¿Ves?
The main presence in the development of Belén is thanks to Project Global Village, known as PAG. The objective is to guide its beneficiaries to fully enjoy their rights as individuals, showing the value of the land, organization, and work. PAG currently works with more than 600 families promoting vegetables that improve one's nutrition and can be the source of a family income. Project Global Village in Honduras works in areas including road infrastructure, constructing and maintaining more than 116 kilometers of road running through the Selake lowlands and highlands. In education, PAG provides assistance to schools within the zone and in community health. PAG has started a program called Cham Selake, providing family health and information of a nutritious diet for breastfeeding mothers and children younger than 6 months. Currently, the program works with more than 2,000 families and 1,400 children in 27 communities. PAG created the Selake Producers Association called APROCEL, which is made up of a technical team which guides, plans, and develops work plans in regards to the harvest, production, and distribution of vegetables.
Yo pensaba más antes, dije yo, las minas que solo en otros países están o en otro lado, es que consigue, por ejemplo, digamos un anexo sobre oro, plata, decía yo, solo en otro lado lo fabrican o lo hacen. Y me di cuenta que en mi propio país tenía la mina, en mi propio terreno estaba la mina, estaba sentado en la mina más bien y no la había visto todavía. Pero ahora que ya he empezado a descubrir la mina, he visto que genera bastante dinero también. Es una mina muy linda y muy especial. Gracias a Dios que Él la dejó también, que es la tierra. Es una mejor mina para producir alimentos, verduras, vegetales, todo lo que sea. Y esa es la mina que yo he descubierto. Aldea Global ha estado bueno pues, impactando mucho en el producto, en el campo, que haya estado apoyándonos, que enseñándonos, adiestrándonos y preparándonos también. Porque ellos lo que quieren es calidad, un mejoramiento en la parcela, en todo, en el área, Aldea Global. Y eso es lo que a mí me ha impactado, que ellos han sido insistentes y nos han dicho, pues, entre mejoras en las cosas, mejores resultados van a obtener.
APROCEL was created in 2007 in order to strengthen and increase the quality and stability of production. It is made up of a production network of active members dedicated in the implementation of agricultural practices on their plantations and improving their business and marketing skills. There are currently 230 male and 70 male producers incorporated in the APROCEL Association, all of which live in the Selake Highlands and have excellent production.
No, por supuesto que esos son los logros que uno espera y vamos teniendo, porque cuando yo me dedico ahí a producir esto, meterlo a un mercado formal, esto quiere decir que mi competencia va a ser exitosa a un largo tiempo y desde ya vamos creyendo que sí es bueno, porque si este producto yo lo dejo con los intermediarios, ¿qué pasaría? No me lo van a llevar todo, porque vemos que son 15 camas que tengo aquí en el lote. ¿Esto qué pasaría? Se llevarían algunas 2 o 3. Para la siguiente semana yo no tendría producto, se me perdería. Pero con el mercado no, porque si todo está, como dicen aquellos, de punto de corta, lo vamos a meter, pues. Y entonces la ganancia va a ser un solo, no voy a tener pérdidas en eso.
The Selake Producers Association, APROCEL, has complete administrative control over its production and commercialization infrastructure, including the irrigation pipelines, water storage tanks, dams, and the 5 community marketing centers. Within its structure, APROCEL has an agricultural supply store which is self-sustainable, offering credit to the producers to invest in their plantations, renovating the soil, investing in seeds, farming products, drip water irrigation systems, and more. One of the priorities to ensure the production is access to water for irrigation. Today, there are 12 water systems distributed in each beneficiary community. There is now also potable water in the beneficiary homes. The goal for the irrigation water collection plot project has been the implementation of a water pump run by solar energy in the community of La Mojaga. This is installed on the property of Mr. Eliaquin Pacheco, who is responsible for supplying irrigation water for the plantations in his community.
Ahorita estamos en el punto de captación del agua, ¿verdad? Y el agua va a 45 metros hacia arriba para después captarlo allá en un tanque de 10,000 galones y después regresa hacia las parcelas para abajo, ¿verdad? Por gravedad y por goteo. Entonces el beneficio que tiene es que es de energía solar y por ende no requiere de combustible, ¿verdad? Y con esto pues nosotros llevamos ya 2 años de trabajar con él y con esto vamos a mover hasta un proyecto modelo de producción de tomate bajo invernadero, ¿verdad?
Today, APROCEL is growing along with the demands of the market. For this reason, the vegetable producers are investing in technology and are building greenhouses called macro tunnels, protecting the production using best agricultural practices.
Estamos iniciando con este proyecto de cultivos protegidos, en el cual esperamos tener un rendimiento de unas 22 toneladas entre 6 y 8 meses, durante 6 o 8 meses de producción. Este proyecto lo estamos logrando a través del proyecto Aldea Global, que es el que está incentivando la producción en este municipio. Esta iniciativa surge a raíz de que los mercados formales prefieren cultivos protegidos por el alto rendimiento, además de que ellos están asegurando mantener surtido su mercado por mucho tiempo.
Among the innovation of diversification, 3 groups of women have begun their own production in strawberries. This is an ideal crop for women as it requires soft hands to manage and harvest the strawberries. To provide added value to the cultivation of strawberries, PAG acquired the necessary industrial infrastructure to process fruit. The equipment is installed in the processing center in Belén Gualcho for the production of jam. PAG's technical personnel are in charge of the training for processing and canning jam. The women's groups are invited to participate in the trainings under a hands-on learning model. This way, they make a project their own and are encouraged to maintain producing.
Pues aquí, como decían las compañeras, me siento alegre trabajando aquí. Casi todos los días venimos aquí a trabajar, animando a las demás, ¿verdad? Para que sigamos adelante. Porque miro que este producto es bueno usted.
Continuing on with the program's success, we visit the plantations of Ingmer Mateo, young producer with a vision for business. He has involved his wife, who helps with the planting of vegetable seedlings in their greenhouse. With just 3 years of working in the field, they have been able to buy their own land, build a house, and be an example of success within their community.
Entonces, ya ahora que el proyecto ha estado comprando, si ahora una tarea lo mínimo se le hacen 15,000 empiras cultivadas en 2 meses.
Sí, en 2 meses. ¿Cuándo va a ganar uno esa cantidad de pesto con maíz y frijoles?
2 meses. Entonces, aquí mi papá lo iba a vender todo. porque el decir que no servía solo maíz y frijol. Pero gracias a Dios, desde que entré a trabajar yo, don Ches, en un año yo en el proyecto hice 300.000 empiras. Eso hice. Entonces, de esos 300.000, yo le compré a mi papá, le di 200.000 aquí por todo esto. Me regaló que se diga y me dijo, es un...
Hiciste una casa también.
Y hice la casa también de lo mismo. De lo mismo, solo en la casa gasté 250.000 y de lo mismo solo del proyecto. Y gracias a Dios a los técnicos que nos han ayudado a monitorear todo, porque aquí ahorita corté esa parcelita de lechuga hasta allí, le hice 30.000